Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Drinks with a Dog. Let's get started. I'm here with the professor,
Good evening.
John Akaki, and I'm the Four Finger Wonder, just saying, hey, how you doing? We're excited. We're going to talk about this last previous game against Texas, and then we're going to get into some games this week and maybe some upcoming stuff as well. Before we get started, as we always do, tonight's beverage is not sponsored by, but supported by 1792 Small Batch. Another one of those good, affordable drinks to guys to have. And so let's get right into it, John. I'm so excited.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I think everybody's kind of been on this cloud nine for the last.
The adrenaline kick still lasts, it seems like. We've soaked it up like a sponge. That stadium was just on fire, and just the Bulldog Nation in general has enjoyed this. We've waited for this for a long time, where our team's chemistry comes together, the gelling of the team. We're putting forth our best football now. It's wonderful to see the youth materialize to the point where they've got amazing confidence, and it's showing on the field.
So, just talking about atmosphere in general, because you were there, compare that game scenario, sequence, and everything to the Alabama game, because it was the same kind of premise. It's the night game. It's everyone's there. Game day, all the people, all the celebrities, all this stuff was there. So how was that comparable? Was it as good, as better? What was it worse?
I think the presentation's all the same.
Okay.
It's just how you feel about the presentation because of the euphoric feeling with us getting up on Texas, whereas at Alabama we played from behind. And we had the chance to tie up Alabama, but we didn't. But still the venues were the same. So with Texas, it was kind of like we rolled them. It's kind of like we boat raced them out of the stadium. And that brings you to a little bit fever pitch and a higher level of emotional, just that euphoric feeling of wow, this is an amazing place. But it makes it more special when you win like that.
Oh, yeah.
Versus like not kicking those field goals and not getting that catch that we thought we should have had on Taylor. But same type of presentation. The University of Georgia is doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, so let's really get into the game. Let's first talk about the offense. Came out, really, really well. First two drives, scored 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Guys looked really good. A little bit of a stall there in the late into the second quarter, and then a little bit of the third quarter really took off in the fourth quarter. So tell me what you guys how you were feeling throughout that. I mean, it's too much of an emotional ride, right? It was really high. Then we're like, why are we plateauing? And then we jumped back up again. So how was it? What were your first impressions? What did you feel, how the command of the offense was, play calling? How do you feel that all went?
Well, I think we've started to hunt, and I think that happened at Mississippi State, and it just continues with Texas, and it should continue as we get to Tech and the playoffs. But as far as the team goes, it appeared that the game plan was executed and we were hungrier. We took chances on the yardage. We did roll Gunner out a bunch. I thought we would. I didn't think we'd leave him in the pocket. Simmons was too much of a person to get after him and really mess up a lot of our plays. We got him moving, and we got cross routes. We threw the kitchen sink at them fast, and then they figured out, okay, this is the offense you're going to run. They kind of shut us down for about, I don't know, in between that second quarter, the last 4, the first 4, we didn't do anything in there, and then all of a sudden we basically came on in that end of that third quarter, and we started owning the game.
Yeah,
great game plan. I think I don't like to pat myself on the back, but I kind of called that game plan, and it executed exactly what I thought we needed to do.
Yeah, so I mean, we both ran and we passed. I know some people are saying, why do we keep throwing these outside patterns, or why do we keep doing it? I mean, it's all the chess. It's setting up for something in the future. I mean, so many guys have said, let's jump ahead to the fourth quarter, where that first touchdown in the fourth quarter, the touchdown to Humphreys and stuff, that was set up because of those out patterns to I think it was to Thomas, right? They were looking at Thomas as the big receiver. He was the one they were targeting right now. He's a hot hand. And then boom, what happens? They come up to him, and down the seam he goes. Same thing happened with Zacharias. They were outside, but then eventually come inside. I mean, it's the same way. And then boom, what happened with the running game? They took off again too.
A lot of people don't realize this, but they have several people in the press box looking at the play, even though the play has expired. They look at each position and what the defender's doing away from the ball. For instance, Noah Thompson's not getting the ball, and Zachariah Branch is getting the ball in the flat. What did Noah Thompson's defender do when that happened? Where was his feet? Where was his eyes? And that's how you can attack the team, by their nuances or what they do or don't do. And that's why plays are called the way they are.
Yeah. So I was telling you earlier when I was sitting there and I was watching the game and I was texting the Whitehead boys, and I said, "Hey guys, the fourth quarter is really going to be opened up by the run game." I said, "I have a feeling that Frazier's going to be running." So right before the fourth quarter, Frazier had that little run. It's like a 7-yard run, but he was like crawling across to get to those 7 yards. He was hungry, as you like to say. He was hungry for it. And bam, what did you see the next few plays? It was run. Him running 6 yards, him running 8 yards. And he was pushing that, which opened up those passing lanes more for us to do stuff. And so I think we sort of sit back and we'll question ourselves, we'll question the coaches. Why are they not running this guy? Why are they not passing this guy? They're doing this stuff because they're still trying to set stuff up. Why do we keep running through the middle? Why do we run outside? It's just setting up for the future. We're playing chess while they're playing checkers. I mean, it's kind of that's what it is.
Most will never say this, but it doesn't matter if it's football, even a marriage. It could be your schoolwork, coming up on a final test. The fear of the unknown always makes people not react the right ways many times. In fact, the unknown of this season, after what we went through last year with all the drops, no one knew what was going to come from when we started open the season to now. And everybody was not in the corner or on the boat, as far to speak, or on the ship as far as Bobo's concerned. He's earned our respect. Mm-hmm. And it's the fear of the unknown. It's not that everybody thought he wasn't any good. He was good to begin with, but you didn't believe it until you see it. It's like the show me state. You want to see it before you believe it. And, that's unfortunately human nature. That's mankind. But our guys are really performing well, and you got to give Mike Bobo a lot of credit.
Yeah, and this I think, goes back to last year. People wanted to criticize some of his play calling. Look at what's happening now. I mean, these guys aren't dropping balls like we did last year.
No.
And people can say, "Oh, that was, that's Beck's, throw the ball too hard or what." At some point, that's their job, is to catch the ball. I don't care if it's a fastball or not. That's their job. If you want to be a professional football player, your job is to catch that ball no matter how fast it goes to come to you.
Well, you saw a lot of deflections with Beck's balls off of shoulder pads or off of face masks. He threw a hard ball, yes, but he threw it maybe too much on time, where Gunnar is a little bit more restrictive on if he's going to make this pass or not. With Beck, he pulled the trigger too fast, and you see what's happened down in Miami. He's got a lot of interceptions like he has here, because he tends to believe his talents are good enough and fast enough that he can put a ball anywhere. And that may be to his detriment. Gunner's a different kind of quarterback.
Yeah. So he was patient. He didn't look defeated. He always does. It's like, there's another play. We'll pick. Is that very much like Stetson kind of mindset? Like, I'm not going to let this interception defeat me. It's not a big deal.
I don't have to make this throw. I don't have to make this play because I've got more in this game. It's true to form. Look at Noah Thompson. He's caught touchdown passes in 3 straight games. He caught 2 against Texas. And, after Colby Young, you're wondering, is Noah Thompson going to show up? My gosh, it's just amazing what Georgia can do with their players.
Yeah, and he's not the same kind of player. Young,
not as physical.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not as physical, but I'm telling you, if he's going to catch the ball, and he's gonna maybe gets a chance to score some touchdowns. So that's all we really need to do.
When we got beat at Alabama last year, and it was that last interception that was in the end zone to give us potentially the go-ahead touchdown, and Colby didn't fight for that ball. I think he learned a lot. And our receivers are a different lot this year, and our quarterback's a different lot. The chemistry is a big deal. It's in even any relationship. at work or wherever, your chemistry is a big deal, and we got good chemistry right now.
So, offensive player for the game for you for that game.
Well, it's Gunner. You know, he
Okay.
carries the team. He carries the load. He sets the mantra. He is the guy that decides how this ship is going to be sailed, and he's doing a phenomenal job.
And I don't disagree with you, but I'm gonna go a little bit against you on that one because we sat here last week and talked Texas defense is holding an average of 77 yards a game. That's what you said, right?
Right, 71.
71 yards a game. Frazier by himself had 78 yards.
Pretty good, huh?
So that's on like 14 or 16.
Yeah, not a whole lot of carries.
So I mean, and to me, I think that's what helped open up these 4 touchdown passes and stuff like that. I think it was his ability that I always had to question. They couldn't shut down this run game all the time.
Right.
Bowens did not have his best game, and some of that could be an offensive line. Some could be just not making the cuts inside. There were some times where he tried to go outside again. He should have cut back inside for the lane, but that happens. It's going to happen to everybody. That's why I'm picking Frazier. I think he really set the tone for the fourth quarter, and
You're probably going to be alone on that, but then again, you've gone on an island before.
I mean, the guy loves Georgia. He loves his teammates, and if he scored touchdowns or not, he's there. I was the first guy every time. If one of his running back committee boys throw a touchdown, he's like the first one there to celebrate with him on the sideline.
You know who
I appreciate
know who we saw in that game? We saw Peanut, number 20.
Yeah.
Phillips.
He got a few runs too.
It's nice to see him carry the ball a little bit.
And even Roderick Robinson, number 0, first time I've seen him in the field all around.
And we weren't going to run that fake end around because Texas is too fast in the backfield. Remember I told you about all tackles for loss. Thank God we didn't do that because that wouldn't have worked very well. But gutsy calls on 4th down.
Yeah. So talk about gutsy calls. I like how you transitioned me right there. There's no way in a million years I would have done an onside kick. Could not believe it. My girls who are watching the game with me, they weren't even paying attention because they think I was just kicking off. I'm sitting there screaming like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Did you not just see what just happened? Get the ball!" And then I know some people were saying, "Oh, he's so smart to take it to take the kneel down." Just keep running. I want to score touchdowns.
Evidently in college you can't advance it.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. So that's maybe a question for Paul. So we need to get Paul.
There was a rule where they could advance it at one time, and I remember a USC player, I forget his name, he was very good, he played in the pros. He advanced one for a touchdown, just got it and ran right. And Cash could have ran for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
He got down on the ground.
So how gutsy was that?
It was, a lot of people call it something else than gutsy, but I'm not going to say that online here. But, Kirby's got some real, whatever you want.
He's got some big balls. I'll say it. I'm the guy who'll be a trade on this thing right here.
Yeah, I don't want to get FCC after me.
Yeah. Kahunas. There he goes. Kahunas.
There you go.
I mean, that is like, and he even said it. He says, if it fails, I'm an idiot.
Right.
But
he said the success rate was 80% since they've run it for 3 or 4 years, and Sarkisian evidently knew Georgia was going to pull something off in that game, whether it's trying to block a punt or a fake punt or whatever. But he didn't see that one coming.
No, and I'm telling you now, if you guys don't watch Devin Bellamy, his podcast he goes back and does the previous games. He's an old defensive player for us. He
had a big game at Notre Dame up in South Bend.
And he was solid in that 2017 season we had. We went down to championship.
Yeah.
Really good outside linebacker, super physical as well. But he does a really good analyst every week of the games. And he does a really good snippet of that call and stuff. He says, if you watch this one player, that's why they did it. Because that one player always took off early. And when him taking that step out early is what made the ability, like you're saying, that one step made that one ability for Cash to get there before he got there.
It happened so quickly, the Texas guys didn't even really respond to it at all.
It's insane.
Cash was untouched.
So while we're in special teams.
Branch should have returned some of them punts.
He played well. He played well the first time, kind of really making some impact.
I got an opinion on that.
Okay.
Here's how I feel about that. Your number one receiver is getting lit up a lot because of these bubble screens and these short runs sometimes. But yet you also put him on kickoff returns and punt returns to take more hits. Maybe that's why he's not returning so many, because he's a short-handed catcher and they don't want him to get hit. in that return game because he's so instrumental in the receiving game. But I still think we need a better returner. He's probably a good returner, but if you go get him beaten up, you may lose him as a receiver.
Yeah, but he played well that game. He returned a few times. One time for a kickoff
he did.
that we
But there's been a lot more
capitalized
there.
on.
And then you got to get on the punter because Kirby got up in Thorson's
Thank you.
grill.
That was my next question. What is going on with Thorson these last two games? Last game was a 20-yard punt. 25. This game, and don't get me wrong, I know the commentators are saying, we're just trying to keep the ball high to prevent their guy who's returning punts. But you can kick it high, but not kick it 25 yards. He did it again. He did it multiple times this game.
We only gained like 22 yards in converting the ball and giving it back to Texas.
What's the deal? Was that seemed kind of scary? He's not usually scared of anything.
Yeah, Kirby laughed at that question because he had a side to him. He wasn't going to tell the media how he really felt about it, and he laughed. But I think it was at least Thorson told him, well, the wind, and that was probably not. That's probably only for the media's eyes and ears. But really, probably to closed doors, he probably missed those two. He probably should have hit him harder.
Yeah.
And why not get a touchback? At least go for the 10-yard line. You get a touchback, so what?
Exactly.
But don't kick it down to the 20 or 22.
If you're scared of him returning it, like you're saying, put it on the 5-yard line. If it goes in the end zone, who cares?
Yeah.
Touchback.
That happened twice.
Yeah. So that's my next thing. So now let's switch over to the defense. Okay. I am in the camp that the defense played its best game.
It did.
Now, am I saying Texas is a great offensive team? I'm not saying that. They are probably a top 30, maybe 40 team in the country offensively. That quarterback, Manning, has thrown for consecutive games with 300 yards plus. The last 4 games, went through 1 interception. And he didn't do any of those in this game.
Well, the defense, and I go back, and this is not a part of our rendition here right now, but I'm going to pull it in a little bit. I went and looked at Ohio State and Indiana's deep dive on what they played, how they played, their yardages, defense here against Texas when they played, and it was 14-7 game. Opening season, opening first game, Texas is number 1. Ohio State's either 2 or 3. And the Texas defense held Ohio State to 200 yards total offense. A lot of people don't talk about that.
Oh, that's a good point.
And that's a big deal. So Texas's defense is really good. And we had about 360 or something, 350, 340 that we had on them. So I see some things there about Texas's defense and our offense compared to Ohio State's offense. And that may be for a later showdown during the playoffs. But to answer your question, our defense, and maybe I'm off point here, but I see our defense comparable to any defense in the country, quite frankly.
I agree. So if we're going to talk about simple semantics of who they're playing, the schedules are comparable to Ohio State, who they're playing this year, versus who we played in our year. We were like averaging 8 points a game, the championship year 2021.
Right. They got a soft schedule.
Yeah.
Whether people want to hear that or not, but we have a lot of media bias right now because Michigan and Ohio State won a couple national championships in the last few years, dethroned the SEC. The media is dominated in the AP, Associated Press, by about 2,000 sports writers. A lot of them are Northeast guys. So you're going to get Notre Dame. You're going to get at least one Big Ten team, maybe 2, and they are heavily voting them that way as long as they keep winning. They don't care about strength of schedule. They think that it's just one of those home cooking type things that they want to have that media. They want to have that attention. They want those ratings, and they want to try to switch athletes because the NIL, you can buy your teams now. So they're thinking that the Big Ten's as good as the SEC, and I don't see it.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Now, maybe top 3 teams are really good. I'm still debating on how good Oregon really is because who is Oregon beaten?
Right.
Their best win is, maybe Iowa right now, but maybe more than that, that's Penn State. So, those are still 3-4 lost teams. Your best win is against a 7-4 team right now.
You may be surprised what I'm about to say, but a team like Florida, who has had a tough time this year, let their head coach go, would probably be in the top of the heap in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Florida.
Is Florida the best, worst team in the country?
Absolutely. And they would probably be in vying for that conference title in the Big Ten.
Well,
That's the difference in the programs, but we've got to show up in the playoffs.
yes. So defense in general, Mike, they all played well. The defensive line with the front four got physical. We're in there, are always in the mix. We got some outside linebacker and inside linebacker pressure.
Getting great play. We're getting great play from everywhere on the field right now.
And I'm going to say right now, the showing up of DeMello Jones, that guy, he played his best game yet. Am I saying he's a superstar in the making? Maybe. I don't know. But that he played where he
Holden played well, Everett played well, DeMello Jones played well, Gabe Harris played well, Ontavious Johnson played well. All the newbies, they're getting all the snaps on the defensive line. It's looking really good.
Yeah.
It really is. The linebackers are just wonderful. And they're finally covering guys out of the backfield. I don't know if early in the season, were they tentative or was that the strategy that we were going to let them catch balls in front of us to kind of contain them, or if it's just that they've grown up and they're finally knowing how to read things better.
But I'm just going to continue with DeMello just for a second because I think his play.
15 now. He's 15.
Yeah, 15. He started the tone with just picking this guy up and slamming it on the ground. That was awesome. Like he caught him and threw him and just hovered over him. It was awesome. Right. Then he's there. He's breaking blocks and just getting his hand out.
He just got that one. He dove around that guy and just got that shoelace
just
and tripped him up. That was a big play.
And then these other times he's breaking blocks or missing. Or he was, even though he may not have been like the guy who made the tackle, he was like one of the times was literally he broke off his block and forced this. I think it was he forced the running back to go inside, and he gets crushed by a linebacker. You know, right? He got crushed by Wilson, and so that's the thing that I'm saying. Like he was active enough to cause havoc, even though he wasn't always the one making the tackle. He caused them to do different things. He caused the pressure, the rush pass. He was very active and very physical. And that was super encouraging because I know he had an elbow issue the last few weeks. So
are we going to get back 31? Is he coming back again?
I don't know. So I think that's something that some guys asked out there on the page, about some of the health of the players. I don't know what the status is. So we can look up. It's a good question. They say that a couple of our guys who've been out for a while are running and they're being active. They're running plays. They're going to do drills, but I'm not sure they're ready for contact yet. They said about Taylor, the wide receiver you're talking about. They said that
Taylor.
And so they said anything about like you said, is it Kyron Jones is the safety who's kind of right now being on a revolving door there. But I mean, we played clean ball, and you watch them; they kept killing themselves with penalties because we were more physical.
Yeah, you didn't see Daniel Harris ever had a bad play. I didn't, that's a good thing when you don't see somebody have a bad play.
Yeah.
But evidently he must be performing better too.
Ellis Robinson was playing well. I mean, he made a good tackle. He was good in coverage.
We were more aggressive.
Yes.
We're actually attacking. It's a good thing.
And we didn't. I mean, let's just be honest. Manning didn't play bad. I don't think Manning played bad. I mean, he still threw for 250 yards. He had one interception, but he didn't play terrible. He wasn't like always rattled. I think one of the problems I think that will hurt us in the long run is that he should have run sometimes and he didn't run. He like Gunnar did. Gunner's not going to run.
Right.
I think if he would have ran sometimes, I bet they would have had more first downs. That game would have been a little bit different in the first three quarters.
Now we will be tested when we play Tech because Haynes King's having an outstanding year.
Yes.
And by the way, you still go back to Ole Miss, Tennessee, and ironically Georgia Tech. Those three are in the top 5 offenses in America. We've got one left, Georgia Tech.
Yeah. One of the most, consistent offenses for sure. We're scoring.
It'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Very.
I think we'll be better for what we were than last year. I don't think the game's going to be similar to last year.
I hope it's not. I can't stand.
We got Charlotte. Are we talking about Charlotte? Where's Charlotte? Charlotte's in what? The United States?
It's somewhere in the United States.
North Carolina.
I guess there's a few of them.
I've lived there for 9 years. I'm only kidding. It's the Queen City, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And it's the Charlotte 49ers. They used to be UNC Charlotte, and they've cleaned it up. Now they're actually Charlotte, and they're not far from W.T. Harris and beautiful little university in North Charlotte. as you go towards the raceway, the Concord Raceway up there, where they have NASCAR races. They're kind of up in that area there. But they never had football when I lived in Charlotte, so they have come a long way. They took a football program like Georgia Southern, and now they've got one.
Good. I would say for this game, I think it's two main things for us. And something I talked about a little small snippet from yesterday, is that I think we need to get out early. We need to be like 28 halftime, 28-3 maybe, 28-0, and then second half needs to be all backups.
It's the weakest opponent we'll play.
They're they are literally like 1-9.
It's not even Austin Peay would run the road race on them.
You're one of the worst teams in the country.
Right,
sure.
and they have a quarterback. They've played 3 quarterbacks. They're going to play this guy here. He's played the last 3 games. They've thrown it a lot. They've got heavy laden wide receiver game. Very little running backs out of the backfield, tight ends. They use a wide receiver. They've got one that caught 50. Then it goes down. But they're struggling. They're really struggling. And so this is not going to be a good matchup. That's why it's a 44-point spread.
Yeah, so my opinion, it needs to be early halftime lead, 31-3, 28-0, whatever it may be, so that the secondary guy, the third, fourth stringers can play. We need to see 3 quarterbacks play this
probably
game.
See Puglisi take a quarter or more, and Montgomery also get a quarter.
That'll be the thing. Will it be Montgomery or will it be Malachi? I'm not sure. We'll see which one.
Oh, yeah, he hasn't played yet.
So we'll see which one it's going to be. I think it's what we need to do. We need to see what's going to happen. I mean, I think, honestly, we may even see all of puck play, because what happens if Gunner goes down? It's a chance with the running quarterback. What happens if Gunner goes down? And so we need him to have as much experience with his offense as possible.
You just don't know how this. I don't know what they do.
I don't know, but we need to see. So as I said, the thing I said yesterday out there, kind of going back through what we've seen, I went through and looked at all the players who have been there for 2 years. So if they are freshmen, true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, or true sophomores, and how many games they've played in. And we have a ton. I mean, it is like 20 players on offense and 20 players on defense who have played at least 3 games or more. And I took out special teams, okay? So they're just special teams. I didn't play them. I didn't put them on there. But they were playing significant snaps there in parts of the game. And there are like 40 players who have played in 3 or more games. And so this is a great time for us now, once again, to get to that 4 for this true freshman who maybe won redshirt, get them that 4th game, get them tons of snaps. And I don't think we just run the ball. I think we need to let Pug just throw the ball. Throw it around, get some yardage, get some comfortability, because you just never know. I mean, last year, SEC championship game, what happened? That goes down. Gunner's thrown in. We need to learn from that, and he needs to be playing in normal offense. Sorry. So
I know Senior Day is Saturday, and I saw it in print where it's 28-31 that will walk for seniors with their families, and they'll get their respectful well wishes and thank yous because we don't know if we're going to have a bye in the first round or we'll have to play in the first round of the playoffs. We'll see how that shakes out.
Yep.
But it'll be 28-31 seniors will walk. Some of those will be juniors that are going to go and they're going to take it this time instead of next year. But that's not as many as it was last year, evidently. So that's a good sign too that we got a lot of people coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, I think. One thing we need to let me ask you a question before I answer mine. What do we need to see on Saturday from our guys who are not the household names, the guys who maybe get a little extra time? Who do we need to see show up? Who do we need to see from, or what do we need to see from them?
Well,
defensively and offensively.
I don't know really what to say about that, except, you want them to play well. You don't want them to look like they're floundering out there. You want them to show off what they've learned and be productive. I don't want to see us just run the ball and not run up the score, but I still think we should be throwing the ball a lot, throw it downfield. Let's see if they can separate, what they can do in the open field. I mean, it's opportunities for these guys to be athletic, so why not let them have the ball in the open field? They should run the same offense.
I agree. Is there anybody particular on offense that's maybe a freshman or redshirt freshman?
Wiley, you probably look to see Wiley. Probably like to see a couple of tight ends that we haven't seen.
Okay.
Is it Ellis Williams?
Ellis Williams, yeah, he's played some time. He's played like 6. I think I had 8 to 9 games he's played.
Yeah, so
He's played regularly, but he's come of late here for sure.
I'd like to see him get the ball a bunch. Zayden Walker's probably going to see a lot, and then Isaiah Gibson from Warner Robins is going to play a lot.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We need to kind of get a rest because Tech has got to play Pitt, and then they got to turn around in 6 days and play us, and they're not going to have the same rested bodies that our players. That's a big advantage.
Yeah, I really think we need to see some good. I mean, this is my opinion. I think we need to put Branch back there on safety and see what he can do. I think he needs to play the majority of the game.
Okay.
I know he's playing roll snaps for us now, but he's still
number 2.
He's number 2. Yeah, I mean he's
defensive back safety.
Yeah, I think he needs to get more playing time. He needs more exposure.
He's in that game against Texas. I saw him make a couple plays.
Yeah, he also cost us that touchdown too a little bit. I mean, it was the holding penalty there.
That's
So
right,
they gave him the first down. But once again, you don't want to get beat. I understand that. Hey, maybe we hold him to a field goal. I don't dispute the holding to prevent the touchdown, and I think as Kirby said to him, you didn't have to do it. Just stay in front of them. You had the positioning. They just panic a little bit. And he's got to, once again, you panic less the more you play. Like you were saying earlier, early year, they didn't have that exposure. They didn't have that scenarios, and they maybe were doing things they wouldn't normally do. Now they're getting that muscle memory and know how they should respond and how they should react when they've got the experience. So I think he needs more experience until we can get Keon Jones back. And I mean, I think just we're being honest. So what else you got for the game on Saturday?
It's 12:45. It's an unusual start.
Yeah,
that's it. It'll be over before you know it. There'll be a lot of offense. Maybe we'll score 60 points, but who knows? You know, could be a lot of explosive plays because I would think they'd want to let Gunner get his statistics up and get out of the game, so it looks like he's had some real good production, and then get him out because he's still a consideration for the Heisman, which is a long shot at best, but it's a popularity contest, and he's got to overcome Haynes King. So against Georgia Tech, if Gunner has a big game and Haynes doesn't, that may nullify Haynes King and move Gunner up a little bit. But then you got the kid from Indiana for the Heisman run. I think the Alabama quarterbacks kind of waned a little bit because they pass more than they run, and they're having a problem running. And I don't know who else is out there, but Gunner may get an invite to New York. Wouldn't that be nice?
You got Marcel Reed. You got the Sands from Ohio State.
Right.
The Love from Notre Dame, which is he's having a good season. Don't get me wrong, 1,000-yard rusher already, which is great. But I think your point. Yeah, I think it needs let him get 200 yards passing. Let's have some good long explosive plays. Get him out of there. And mainly, let's stay
probably
healthy.
Run back a punt. That would not be a surprise.
Yeah.
We'll probably run back a punt.
Let's stay healthy. Let's stay healthy. These guys are continuing to get chips and bruises and stuff.
It's going to be a big difference in the amount of athleticism and talent on that field because, again, Charlotte's not even close to Austin Peay.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff here. I'm excited. Even though I know it's not a big game, and let's be honest, the SEC games this schedule this week is trash.
So you had a conversation with Grady Darcy. Grady Darcy sent you a question.
Yeah, so he sent a question. We asked everybody, hey, we're doing this for fun, not for anything else. We want to have people who subscribe onto the channel give us some questions in the comments. And Grady sent us one. He wanted to know, hey, what's the snap count for a lot of our young players? And so I said in the short video I had last week was the credibility of the sources I had were not very good. So I went back and looked at games played. And so sent that out video yesterday. It's like 15 minutes long. You can check it out. I ran it through really fast because I didn't want to be very long for y'all to watch. It's just me, and just me is not very fun to watch. I need a character of John here.
No, you did good
to keep this going.
But do you know why Grady is down on the field? Evidently, he has some credentials to get on the field. I don't know what's the deal. Grady Darcy, how you getting down on the field? You haven't come clean on that with us.
So, but yeah, another good week. I'm excited. I hope the crowd shows up big time and stays there for everybody to watch. I'll be watching it from a deer stand, just being honest with you guys. I'll be there. I'll be driving through Madison, though, probably same time you are.
No, I'm going. I'm going to the game. That's right. I won't be in town for the Tech game. I'm not going to the Tech game, but I'm going to the Charlotte game.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. Once again, you guys just continue to, like I said, send us information, send us questions, comments.
Are we going to even have a show next week since
We
Thanksgiving?
have to.
See
We're
that?
going to have a
This is-
show.
I don't know. Are
We're
we
going to figure it out.
Are we syndicated yet?
Not yet. It's in
We're
the
looking for
works.
somebody to sponsor us,
That's
in a
right.
big way. Coca-Cola, you never know. Evan Williams, Jack Daniels, George Dickel, we will partake
We will.
if certainly we have some resources to do that.
100%. You know, some connections out there. Hook us up. We will. I'll wear shirts, hats, and put it across the back of
Matt's
this wall.
doing a great job. I haven't heard any deer stories, so we're anxious to hear a deer story.
Maybe when I get on something good, it'd be nice.
All right. He's got to get his first
You
big
never
buck.
know. We'll have a big game on Saturday, and I'll have a big buck in the back of the truck on the way home.
Y'all have a great time.
Y'all do. Thank you guys so much.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.